one of you Women's Nation people want to do it?
Yeah, can do it. Will it be echo though?
Should be the Bears if they won the ball game.
It's impossible for me to do it. One, two. Doesn't work. It's the.
And Brian is of the Bear Clan.
Okay. Well, hi everybody. Welcome to this meeting. And my name is Edith. I am the daughter of Soko, the granddaughter of a cardinal name of Panchita, the great granddaughter of a cardinal name of Celsa, from the Zapotec Nation. I'm under the protection of the Wolf Clan here in the Longhouse Five Nations Confederacy territory. And we would like to give thanks to Sky Woman, the great spiral of creation, for making us be, for giving us our spirit. Also to our Grandma Moon that is growing right now, that is going to be full pretty soon. That's been so beautiful to see her. And that gives us our blood for all of the waters that are within us, around us. Also to our Mama Earth for giving us our body and the body to all things, and for all of the life givers, from the newest born baby girl to the eldest of the grandmas, because they are the ones that give us the direction and the purpose in this world. And that includes all of the life givers in all of the shapes and forms that they come in. We also want to give thanks to all the waters, all of the medicines, to all of the relations in good spirit. We also want to give thanks to the turtle, the wolf, and the bear for them to be guiding us in our deliberations to attain a collective common sense, good mind in these days that we need to take a lot of decisions for the collectivity that are guided correctly. We also want to give thanks to all of the peacemakers, being them female or male, to Jagunsese, the Ganawida, and all of the people that have been working to attain and preserve peace. And we want to also give thanks to the Great Law of Peace and the Turo Wampum, because they give us the tools so that we can be, interact, and that we are doing this project right now that is exactly in that spirit of the Turo Wampum. So we want to give thanks to our spirits, our ancestors in the good spirits, so that they guide us, so that we can do what is needed at this time. And for anything that is not conducive and that can distract us or that can put obstacles in our path, we push it away in the three levels of the existence. Eresawet, Eresawet, Eresawet. So everybody's got a good meeting. Cool. Oh, okay. So I guess we're going to start. Nobody says nothing.
I want to say something before we do get started. This is important business, and I don't want to take away from the importance, or I don't want to confuse it with anything else. So I'm here solely for this. If there's only to talk about advancements on this project, not here for idle chit chat. Here to we got too many meetings lately, so here to just talk about new developments and new things on this project. So if we can keep it as short as possible on that. I seen the thing that Angel showed or whatever that what she found. As soon as I seen it, it gave me ideas right away to music to come along with it. So Unless somebody's got another animation platform, I would suggest we go straight to what Angel's got.
So with a link that Edith sent me yesterday, I decided that I would just try, and if it doesn't fit, because it at the end, if we put all the add-ons, it will cost 300, maybe something like that. So that's why I decided to just try, and then if we decide not to take it, I will ask for a refund. But I made a short video with the image bank that they had. So I will just show you at first the video, and then I will show you the platform. It's pretty easy, but basically you need a computer that will support it. I don't think it needs a big specification and stuff like that, but I don't know, because my computer is not that old and not that young either. It maybe 3 years already, so it's not necessarily the best. I will just start the video here and then share it just after. I put I just did some tests, so it's not nothing refined, okay? Oh, I didn't share the sound, so let's start again. Okay, so if I show you at the beginning, this part is, I took an image in the bank, this one too. So it's a doodle video, as I was explaining, I don't know when, but I talked about it. And then I did other tests. This one is still in the bank too, but that one was one that was sent by Edith. She took a photo. So just to illustrate, I was able to trace the tour of the image there, so we can recreate some image, but that would be long if we have all detailed like this, but we can do it. And then I just showed that I had a picture there and another one there, and then after at the end I wanted to try to change the color, so it's not necessarily animation like we see something moving, but it's more in a learning type of video. So at the end, that you want us to do a drawing, so that's my drawing. That will be the only one I will do, because I'm no good. So so basically we can do a bunch of things, and it's not necessarily complicated. The software for me, it's not easy, it's not hard to use. So that's the result we can have with this kind of video. Yeah, so I have other stuff to tell you regarding the research I did with some people that knows how to do these videos, the animated video. But if we only want to concentrate on the Doodly tool, that's what I did yesterday night.
Okay, for doing actual animation, how do you generate it from on your computer? Is it solely images from within the, say, their stockpile of images, or Or can we, because the image that you drew of a heart, it doesn't seem as solid or as strong an image as the other images that were there.
It's because I really don't know how to use the drawing tools on the iPad I have, because I'm not an artist, and I'm music one, but not the picture one. So that I didn't know what tool to use, but I can show you in the software how we can put the image, just for you to know basically how it works. So I'm loading the test I did yesterday. So basically I put the image in the track here, and then I put the sound, and we could put voice over it too. So when I go, I don't even know how it work. Okay, it worked like that. So you will see when I get, so even my computer is not that fast on it. Okay, here. When I take this, in French we would say planche, but in English I don't know. Okay, so here we can see the image. So that was the scanned image I used. So when I click on it, it's pretty low. I will close a few things maybe. It's not, okay. When I go on it, I can edit it. I don't even remember where okay. So that's when I can trace the image with they call it path. So that's basically an image I use from Edit. And when I go, how did I do save and return without saving? So I don't even know how to do it really good, because I learned it so that's the image I tried to do on my iPad. So it was not, I don't know why it was so pale. I didn't lose time to try and make a better one. I just wanted to try an image that I import in this. So that's an image I just draw, and the other one was an image, a scanned one. So we can do whatever we want with images, but when it's scanned one, we have to trace it for the doodly to work as like we drawing it during the video. But there's the bank of all images. There's a lot of them. I didn't look at all of them, and they have characters. They have I don't know props what it means, but you can add text, music, and you can import your own songs and stuff. So that's it's pretty for teachings and stuff like that. I'm sure it will work. But for the idea we had for an animated video, that would not be the same animation as maybe we thought at the beginning. So I don't know if it answers your question.
Well, I like the animation that it does, provided that, I don't know if those images can actually move, like you seen, like the boat, it showed the trees and stuff like that. It's just stock images. We can't draw draw in our own things there then.
Yeah, not in the tool, but we can import images. That one I didn't draw it in this tool. I was on my iPad. I tried with another tool to draw it, but I used one scanned by Edit. So basically, whatever image you have, but it has to be defined, because when we look at the other one, this one. When we look at this one, that show, we can see it's a scan, because it's not the same color. It's not the same as if you draw it with an iPad or a tool, an electronic tool.
Okay, so the image that you drew, are we able to manipulate that image to make it move?
I would not know how, but I don't think in this tool we could. That's not for it. Doodly is a doodle is like you the doodle video is like I showed you when I don't know if I can preview.
Yeah, I like the video. I like the animation that it showed us.
This it's simple. I could put an end because I didn't put the end, the hand for it for us to see the drawings. Where did I? I will try to remember how I did it yesterday. Scene settings, maybe. Okay. Here then. So I could try and use and you will see what it's supposed to do, like a so we can choose the length of the drawing, slow it or accelerate it, some stuff. But that's the purpose of this doodly video, is to draw while we explain or while we sing or while we do something else outside. That's the purpose of this kind of video.
Okay, for myself, I really like it, but I'm just having a hard time to wrap my mind around it, to know that, or to comprehend how it's going to be the images that we want. How I don't know. I'm just not seeing it in this thing.
Stuart, as you know, that image was taken from the Eagle Scribe. So it was just a picture from the phone. And what Angel did is like draw on top of it because she was working on her iPad. So there's softwares that are specifically created to draw in digital. Let's say you take your iPad, there's a software that is called Inkscape, for example. So you take your...
Doesn't work on my iPad, by the way.
Oh, no, okay. Oh, so it was in your computer that you did that?
I will. Yeah, no, I didn't use Inkscape for the art when I decided draw the art. I was on another app on my computer, on my iPad. Inkscape is just on computers.
So anyways, just to finish, you can use a software to draw stuff digital, and then you can use those images into the video, like Angel did with this one. So it's
who has that? Who has that capability? None of us?
Not me.
Whoever draws, because the software is downloadable in any computer that is a good computer. My computer is an old dinosaur, as everybody knows.
Okay, well, look, if we're talking about an animation, if this applies to any platform we're looking at, then maybe somebody should look at downloading that and to see who, how, where can we do that? Because that's what I'm not grasping. How, where are we going to do this animation? I see that example that you show us, but I just don't see how and where we're going to make animation ourselves. How, where is this happening? I don't understand it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I don't know what to explain more than what I showed. I showed a tool that we use images, but the images are already drawn before.
Okay, that's what I mean. The images that we said, you know, keep in mind, we already said image of two young boys talking with their mothers. Okay, can we get an image like that? Is that image able to move? Make it look like that image is a cartoon.
Yeah, I have some examples of some free software that just works inside of your browser of your computer, and I have some examples to show of some tests that we did as well back when we first.
You should speak louder, Harold. It's like usual. It's no good.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, the software that Angel is showing, I think if obviously more the way that we would get our own drawings, if we wanted to go that route where that the doodles make for very good informative videos where you're trying to get a certain message across, and the images and the music comes up with it. And of course, like you said, Stuart, we'll need our own images. And so I think the example that they showed with the eagle was just an example of some more work that if we wanted to use that particular tool, the images would not be able to move necessarily, but they pop up as a certain song goes along and it explains a certain message. But I also have the tool to show an example of what I think you're asking for. If I could share my screen, and we can just decide which one is most applicable for what we want. But there does seem like there's the capacity to, whichever tool we're using, we'll be able to have our own images come up. But it seems like in the first tool that we see, it's more about the doodles or the drawings coming up and going along with the music and coming up in a certain sequence, and animations moving them out of the way to get you to the next screen, stuff like that, but not necessarily, your drawings moving along in a traditional animation style. But this tool that I'll share with you guys, we tested it for a few days, and as you see, it just comes up in your browser. But there's also, let's see if I can find my test. You'll see that this animation, where again, just like Angel said, we're not artists, but we just wanted to test to see if this would be something viable for us, right? And so we just, I think this software is originally for children, right? So it was really easy for us to use in a rough way, and to get used to how to teach somebody else to use it that has more artistic skills. And you can use your mouse or your computer to draw this right inside your browser, and then there's different ways that it works that you can pull it together to make it move like this. And it's basically like your old flip books, right? The way cartoons were originally made. But yeah, this is something that we figured we can learn ourselves. And then if there's anybody here that is interested in dedicating some separate meetings to where we can give a quick tutorial of how to pull it together and put our own funk on it for our own purposes for the BAP message that we want to get across of the different children and mothers. Hopefully we can get that done. And this is what this tool looks like in the browser. And yeah, it's just a matter of using these different things here to bring together a simple flip book. But yeah, this was just a test that we brought together. Yeah, and it's all free, so we wouldn't have to worry about any money or anything like this. So yeah, with these two tools here, I think we have some pretty good room for option to decide on what we might want to do. But yeah, we just wanted to get feedback from you guys as to, if anybody's interested in a tutorial and using that for our purposes here.
How did you draw those images? Did you do it with a mouse, or do you have like some kind of pen?
Yeah, actually, I don't even have a mouse. I just had a pad. That's why it's kind of so crude. But if you do have a mouse, you can even probably get a little bit more accurate. And if you have an iPad, you can get even more accurate. But yeah, it's really nice in that way.
So you had an iPad with a special pen?
No, I actually just did that without a mouse. You know how your laptop just has the pad, for your finger. I actually drew your finger. Yeah, we actually drew all that with our finger. So it's very crude because of that. But if you have a mouse, you could use a mouse on your laptop and get it even better, especially if you have some artistic skill. Which
it has different strokes too, like different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we can give a tutorial separate from this meeting dedicated for that. If Stuart, if you're interested in using it, or anybody, and yeah.
Well, I'm interested in the simplest thing that I don't even have to do.
Could you send me the link, Harold? I will try it on my iPad if it works. So if it's worked, anybody that has an iPad could do it.
Angel, can you go back to the beginning of the thing that you showed us?
Yes. The video or the tool?
Yeah, the video that you done. And I'll talk over it to you just to explain what I mean, and you let me know if it's
okay.
possible.
You don't need the sound then, huh?
No sound.
Okay, I will remove the sound then. Could you send me the link by text, Harold, the link of Flipanim, or I don't know how it's called?
Yeah, it's flipanim.com. I'll send it.
Okay, right there. All right. Well, where that's happening, what I see is two images on the left of the screen and on the right of the screen. If you can pause it right there. I see trees coming up on one side and a longhouse. And then on the other side, see buildings like, say, like Victoria era buildings, you know, like European style. And on both sides, then you show just like out of the horizon, coming out of a dot, all of a sudden there's a mother and a child on both sides in those images. Okay, according to what you have here, Angel, in this video, what I just said, can that be done with this platform?
As I explained, if someone draw this image, it could be done because I will then trace the, or anybody could use the tool after we bought it, but we trace which part of the image we want to reproduce as a drawing with the hand that would trace it. So when we look at it, when we look the way the lines are designed, so it's like this picture, I took it, it's like a scene that was already in the bank, and the detouring was already done. So that's why I didn't have to do it. But basically it's that they took an image, they make the touring, and the path, they put it all one after the other. So we can recreate something, but we need to have the image to do it in the tool.
Okay, and the image then, that is dependent on basically, like you just said, we got to draw the image no matter what. Does it come down to that we're drawing on paper? Is this what it comes down to? And then we got to transfer it into computer?
It could be either directly drawn on a computer or on a paper, but I would presume that probably with an electronic tool would be better. But you know, I did it with a scan, a photo of an image, so either both of it, we can do it.
Okay, so what I'm wondering here then, if in order for us to draw it on the computer, we would need some kind of pad, right? That comes with the platform, like it would be a drawing, like a pad, something that picks up the movement or something of the pen. Is that what the thing is? What is it?
The tool I use, the Doodly, it's called Doodly. It's just to put the video together and do the Doodly thing. But the drawings would have to be either drawn on a computer or on a paper or on an iPad or anywhere, but it's not in the Doodly tool. It's another thing.
To draw it on the computer, how do we do that? Where? How is that done?
As I said, I'm so not into drawing. I really don't know nothing about drawings. So we would have to ask someone who's used to draw and have an iPad. I have an iPad, but I don't use the drawing tools. I'm so dumb with, I write good, but I don't draw good. So I know nothing about it. So
it definitely takes a whole set of skills to learn a digital tool to draw, you know, digitally, like Inkscape, for example. There's a beginner in Inkscape and then there's an expert in Inkscape. The expert in Inkscape can do full-blown, you know, beautiful cartoons, right? But the beginner may get, you know, stuck on stick figures, you know. So it's a skill level thing when it comes to those digital tools for drawing. But as Angel said, it sounds like for this, Angel, you can also import hand drawings, right, on paper, right? Mm-hmm.
Well, as long as the drawing is really clear and we can see really clearly the contour. That's what I tested, because with my iPad we could see that the drawing was no good, mind, but the other ones that was the photo was better. So either we can just look on the internet to find images and that are free of rights, and we could try to do something about it. But that could be on a paper, but we would need to have really, really defined lines for us to do something about it.
I'm just wondering if this is viable then for us. Is it too complicated? Is it too much of a, is it too much? Because like I said, what I want to see is I want the easiest, simple thing. I want to be able to just say, we want this, and it's there.
I would
This-
say, Stuart, either way that you want to do an animation, because I asked my friend that worked at Ubisoft, so it's a game company. So she asked me question right away, what kind of animated video would you want to do, and blah blah blah, and she explained it that either it's animated all via computers, so the illustrator do the drawings, all of them in a computer, or they could do it physically on papers and then they scan it and then they put it back. But usually they would have 24 picture by second. So if we want to do a 5-minute video, we have to count 60 times 5 times 24. That would be the number of image we would, to have a good quality of animated video, we would have to. So either way, we need drawings.
Okay, I'll say then, all we need is this platform that you showed us. We generate just a few stick figures, you know, like showing them in a couple of different movements, like showing that they're talking to each other, you know, and then whatever, you know, so it would be very limited as to how many images or frames or how much movement we would have in it.
It's more like Errol explained, it's more an informational, an educational purpose, I would say. The Doodly video I saw was always to explain stuff, so I would really see them suited for moon teachings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But for the purpose of the video, we had the idea we had that could work, but that would not be exactly what you saw or you explained you saw. But that could be, that's why I told it could be a good tool, but maybe not for this video.
Yeah, I see it for the moon teachings. Yeah, but for this, we could do it. I think we'll stick with, like we said, very limited images. Maybe say for something that is a minute, like maybe we'd have just 2 images in there, you know, but I like the way that it's drawn. Like if we got a hand there drawing it, that is more into the area of animation that people, their brains are open anyways in that area, you know, it like takes them to a level of entertainment. Nicola, what do you think about this animation right here, this platform?
Well, I quite not sure like my. Anyways, I think it can be a great tool. The thing is, I don't have any drawing skills, so if we want a specific image and put it there, I won't be of a lot of help about that particular part of the project. But like we have a zero. Like if it's free option, so depending on what people and what Harold shows us, I think it was great. I saw some moving in it, so I think it was good, and that's my opinion about it.
Okay, so we really need something that we could move fast on here. I mean, even like it's good for us to meet, you know, and talk, but we got to get some movement to this. So we got to have a storyline We gotta make it very fast till we get to the information about the BAP, about the what's going on right now here in Quebec with that thing. So very simple drawings. Maybe we can do it just then with what a marker board, you know, just do simple trees. Maybe that's what we'll do, and just take digital image of it. You know, just have a tree like that pop up, and then like I said, in two worlds here, this tree will pop up, maybe two trees, a longhouse in the middle, and then on the other side, then like you said, there'll be buildings, clearly like European style buildings, you know, maybe a church, something that's very that you can really tell what it is, like something that it'd be like clearly from a few hundred years ago, you know, that kind of thing. Okay, so then did anybody work on or get anything of a storyline up until the point of where we can put Nicola's songs in there to work?
I had a little, I don't know if I can share. I can show you, like, of course, I'm not a scenarist, a storyteller or whatever, but it was just basically to say what the story was. So idea of general scenario. I just rebooted the first one with what you said. Then a native man planted in the garden. Now am I going to a protest, for example? Then the two men meet. How? Then there will be more explanation needed as to how they meet. And then they become kids, like the part where the clothes like disappear, kind of, well, I mean, they disappear into the clothes. And then the non-native kid in the middle of the city with pollution around asks to his mom, why are things like this? And the mom answers, well, that's the way things are, son. That if we can add sound, I don't know how it would be in the doodly, but that's the general idea. And then the native kid asked to his mom in the garden, Mom, why is the snow? It was just a general, you know, thing of like how a mom would be like taking the time to explain the kid what the kid is asking. So it's like, it can be changed. It can be another different thing. It can be something simpler. It can be something more environmental related, whatever.
Okay, is there a place where we all together share this, like just in this group, where we can share the storyline and that each of us can come to the storyline and add to it or whatever, you know, alter
Yeah,
it?
it
And
could
then,
be put into a Dropbox document, and then from there everybody could.
okay, why don't we do that and then wait a week, see what develops there in the storyline, see how it refines itself. And then a week from now, we'll just go through email and see when's the best time for us to gather again. Because we got to have the storyline down first. We got to be ready with that. And this has to happen fast. The BAP is now, would you say it's coming up in March, that thing now? Nicola?
Well, it's March 10 that the BAP will give his report to the minister, and then the minister has 15 days, so March 25, to make it public.
So we should have something out to start at least influencing the people on whatever level, at least a month prior to that, at least a month. So that gives us a month on the outside. So right now, if we do that, eat it, throw that as a starter, you know, what you wrote. Like you said, anybody sees it, doesn't mean it has to stay that way. Just throw in things that you think, images that should be there. And then by next week, we should have a good foundation to work off anyways. For me,
And,
okay.
Yes, sorry, Stuart. And me, I was under the, well, I felt like a song related to the story of the cartoon was kind of my my project inside that project. And since it's the story of the meeting of native and non-native, I feel like I have um, I have things to say on the non-native side. I knew so few of the native side of this project, and so I would like if someone in this group that feel more able to give me a native perspective of the meeting of the two uh, to have a, you know, a little group so we can work together before the week that next week well the next meetings, so just a little group of 2 3, and we can work from there for writing the song if someone's interested in that.
Yeah, okay. The how they come together, I already got an idea in my mind. I'm sure maybe somebody else does. This is why I'm saying if we put it down and we just add to that story the foundation that Edith put there, then we'll probably have by next week, we should have a good a good storyline to go off of that between all of us. I'll put in my perspective there as to what I see happening on the native side. So maybe by what's today? Tuesday. Maybe by no later than Thursday, because tomorrow we got the Zoom. So no later than Thursday, we'll start having stuff up on the what do we call it? The storyboard or whatever, the storyline. So by Thursday, we should start having stuff on the storyline to look at. If that's good enough for you, Nicola, like I said, there's a few different things or images in my head that I got as to how I see it happening. But it was kind of dependent also on the kind of animation that we had. Because I was thinking like a flowing animation where you would actually see stuff moving, you know, like their arms and their legs and their bodies. But now I'm pretty certain that we're not dealing with that kind of animation, just solid images. So then it'll be, like I said, it'll be just less images now to cover more story. So it'll be more really then in the storyline, in the text, in the written text, where we're going to see the beginnings of like on the native side and the non-native side. So myself, like I said, I'll do that, and I'll have something on here for Thursday then. Yeah, and then look at it for on Thursday, Nicola. Look at what I put there, and then see if you're getting a better idea anyways.
Okay. Okay, so what I just want to make sure I understood. So you're saying you want to work on the storyline about Thursday and after that. And so for me, for the writing of the song related to that storyline, I should look to what have been put
Yeah, kind of.
that you could have.
Yeah, no matter what, though, your storyline is what you done from the time that you went to do that presentation at the BAT. That's really your storyline. Everything that happened before, I mean, for your song, everything that happened before that, it's really going to be short. Like if we got a 5-minute video and your song is say 2 minutes, the part leading up to that is probably going to be less than a minute of the like the beginning images. we're going to try to do it where the majority of the video is about your song. You know, getting that song, that message out to the public that way. So to keep that more about what you did since and going to the BAP.
So before the BAP till the BAP.
Yeah, and really what you want, you know, what you intend to what the song, like to make it come out of the video, out of the cartoon, to make it bigger than just that the short 5-minute message, you know, to make the song more than just about more than just where we're at now. It's got to be about like influencing, hey, you kids, like come on and come join us type of thing, you know, almost like the Pied Piper going through town. Come on, join us, you know, like we got serious business to do, this kind of type of thing. Anyways.
Yeah, so you, if I understand well, you mean that the angle that is used in the song is not, it's not mandatory to be exactly the angle that we're gonna use in the storyline of the cartoon.
Yeah, the storyline will lead up.
Because I'm still also trying to work on a good angle, you know, to the right angle to write the song, and I just want to know if the angle that I use it's really strictly based on the storyline itself, you know, two guys dealing with their things, non-native and native, with their mother and not mother on the other side and stuff, and meeting and but you tell me that it doesn't really matter, we can go having a bigger picture than that for the
Yeah,
song.
but as long as the spirit of that, it's kind of like these two were never together, but like as if they always looked
To each other, yeah.
knowing that they were there, but not knowing. And then when they do come together, like up until then, it's always like questions like, why? And then when they come together, finally we know, you know, we've been apart so long, we couldn't get anything done separate. And now we know what they tried to keep from us type of thing. You know, we discover almost like, you know, when you're a kid and you see that cartoon of there's two superheroes, they got two separate rings and they put their rings together and then pow, that type of message, that type of image. Two things that were kept apart, that when they come together, magic happens. So if you keep that as your storyline in relation to our Mother Earth, the environment, then no matter what, it's going to go with any cartoon or any images that we come up with.
Okay.
Okay, so anybody got anything else to add to that? If not, like we said, we could just wait until Thursday. We all look at the storyline, because right now it's pretty much then the storyline that we got to get done before the imaging.
I want to add something, Stuart, and sorry to bother anybody if it's the case. I still think it might be great to have an inside put from a native perspective, because an angle that I've thought for the song, which is quite in the angle that you talk, Stuart, would be very like personal, you know, personal perspective. Someone saying something about him, talking as I grew up there, and then, you know, since I'm between walls, and I see by the window natives running around, and then, you know, that guy is the non-native, of course, and he's in kindergarten since he's 1, and he's been institutionalized, and he has his story, and then and then there would be a chorus somewhere, and the second part, I think, should be great to have a personal way to see the non-native guy from the native guy saying, I see that, non-native, like, having his type of life, and this is my life here, and then they meet, and then they talk as a we, I we, because we are together. So now, and so you have three parts in the song, and I don't feel comfortable to speak as a I from a native perspective. So that's why I would really appreciate to work, in the same time with someone and discuss with someone that is comfortable to share his experience as a native perspective, like a little Zoom to two-person, of two-person. So
I think you got it. What you're writing from your I perspective, the exact same thing can be said and done on the native perspective, saying the exact same thing. Because if you're talking about institutionalized schooling, all of that, then the native can say the exact same thing on that level. I went through this, I went through that, this was done. But we're apart. Why? When we come together, why were we told that we're so different when all the things were so much the same for us? And maybe those voices, even while becoming a we, can overlap. We can make those voices overlap to make one voice.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay. If you write down like you said, your side, your perspective, we'll look at it, and I'm pretty certain that all we got to do is just adjust it to say native. And if not, then I can put in some things in there from the native perspective as to complement the things that you put down. Like
Okay,
different.
good. So I'll work with the Dropbox to put my lyrics on.
Okay, anybody got anything else on this?
Yeah.
Did we say when will we meet again?
Well, like we said, Thursday we'll start putting stuff in the Dropbox, and by next Tuesday we'll look at what we have formulated, and via email we can come up with a date.
Okay, so we don't meet Thursday because we have the moon teaching that day, huh?
No, there's no point in us just keeping on saying, let's come back for a meeting, and there's really nothing or no developments. Everybody's busy, so we got to try to keep it as minimal as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
I don't want to be meeting every day about everything.
I don't know if it's positive or not, but maybe I could have shared with you what I wrote. I don't usually write in English, so my vocabulary is maybe light. Like I don't have much, but I can share with you the lyrics that I've wrote down for now. But if you prefer, I can just put it in the Dropbox also.
Do it now.
Okay. So so as I said, I wanted a very personal perspective of someone a fictive non-native person. So I grew up in Châteauguay, just nearby Kanawage. Since I'm between walls, I see by the window natives running around. I am scared of the future. I feel disconnected to the earth. I don't know the names of the plants and trees. The way we live seems wrong to me. I've been trying to change from within the corrupted system that I evolved in. It didn't worth it. I wasted my time. I feel more and more anxious about it. There must be a way out from the violence from the violent destruction of the earth, I just don't know the path. I just don't know the right path or the path from that anyways. So that's where I'm about now, and there's a lot of things that can change from now and and ongoing. But that's where I am. I don't have any chorus at the moment, and I think I have the guitar behind it. I think I have it, but I'm not sure right now. So, anyways,
Wow.
so that's it. So I don't know. I don't know if it seems okay from an English perspective, but anyway, since I will put it in the Dropbox, we'll be able to do the modification to make it sounds more like adequate. So yeah.
Well, that sounds perfect. That couldn't be a more perfect lyric for what we're talking about. That's really, really perfect.
Great.
That I know right now that it seems like we're kind of like all hesitant because we don't really know. We get the storyline going on Thursday, and each of us are going to see that it's going to just explode. There's going to be parts that you'll want to specialize in, maybe even just the audio part of it or whatever. But we get the storyline going down, and that will be everything else will center around that. So, if again, was there anybody else who wanted to say anything? Was Angel, that platform? I guess we're gonna go with that platform. The other one, that the one with color and all of that. Harold, that thing, it looks like we probably would be able to use it for something else, but I don't know about for this thing. This one, it's got to be really simplistic, just the stick people, and that way it's really more emphasis on the sound. Even like with the color in that, when you're looking at short bits, that color takes away from your attention. The visual takes away from the attention of the audio takes away from the attention of the dialogue. So we really got to have it limited to where it's focused on the dialogue and the song. Okay, so there's nobody else.
Well, we just wanted to mention, just keep people updated on some of our efforts to spread awareness of this as we're working on it. We mentioned originally reaching out to folks in the Bas-Saint Laurent region that I think they might have used that exact same software to present a presentation that made me find them. It looks very similar to it. And so we reached out to them in an effort to help on this exact thing, and as an effort to start dialogue for their open governance efforts. But also we've reached out and have pending reach outs to other folks to spread awareness of this as we're doing it. Folks at The Real News they have it like an Indigenous Peoples Friday or something like this, as well as an organization in the San Francisco area that again has these open protocols for governance structures, but also have a platform for interviews and things like this that look professional, and that can be a good platform for spreading awareness of this as we're doing it. So just to give people brief updates on those fronts, and we'll keep you posted on it. And we're open to collaboration to exactly how we approach it. So yeah.
So there's a possibility that somebody might come to us and like maybe offer their expertise in some area.
Yeah, they haven't contacted us back, but we've reached out to them in terms of that type of animation that Angel just showed us. We've seen them use it, and they actually used it in combination with live video, but they might just be able to help us for our simplistic versions as well, just as an informational video. But it also could be a good start to dialogue on their open governance thing. So yeah, there's that, and I'm the real news, and the other thing is just interviews that we could possibly use as platforms that look professional to spread news about this that we're doing here with the BAP.
Franz, you had your hand up.
Yeah, I was wondering. I've been like listening, trying to capture the atmosphere of it. You know, like in the time that we are in, a lot of people are very, you know, there's a lot of dramatic things going on. So I was thinking, will it be like, will it have some kind of funny things in it? Like, would it be like a drama? Would it be like something that we could capture the attention of somebody? Like, if it's short, then do we make it like those two boys, like they're really like looking at each other's eyes, and they're just like, you know, like very, very fond of each other, and that's what's capturing the attention of the viewer. I'm not quite sure about the punchline in there, and I'm wondering if you guys have thought about it and if you came up with ideas about it.
The punchline is Nicola's song that he sang at the back. That's the punchline. So it's already there. The storyline will determine that it's not a drama. It's not a comedy. You know, once we start getting the word in there, the storyline, you're going to know what it is. But if there is parts in there, don't forget it. We want it to be an animation. That's for the purpose of taking away the people being bombarded with seriousness every day. Hit them with a cartoon where they don't realize, oh, they're being hit with seriousness anyways. You know, so this is the purpose of a cartoon, and the cartoon, like I said, it sets the tone, what the dialogue is. So, you know, if there is any other imagery or anything else that can be fit in somewhere in there, you know, then like I said, keep it in your mind. If you have something of these two boys coming together, or even just one boy, a funny experience on one side or the other or together, then put it in there, write it in there. And like we said, later on, if it doesn't fit, we don't have to use it.
Okay.
The storyline is there. Throw in anything that you want. Well, whatever fits later on, we'll sort it all out. Only certain things will fit in there. We'll all see, we'll know that if, say, in the middle of something serious there about why is it like this, you're not going to throw something funny in there, you know. So we're all going to know this thing is going to edit itself. So right now you're kind of like jumping the gun on asking that question. Let's wait until Thursday when we start to see a storyline,
Okay.
and then we'll know from there.
Well, I was more planting a seed than jumping the gun.
Okay. If there's nothing else on this, then
Elsa has to speak.
oh, okay.
Yeah, Elsa, you can speak.
Okay. Well, the thing is that I really enjoyed drawing, but I'm very slow with my hands, so I'm slow to draw. But I have questions for you, Stuart. So it would be black and white to be colorless to have more tension on Nicola's song and script, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then I don't draw on a computer, so no mouse, no pen, no nothing. So what I could do maybe is I don't know how to say that in English, but it's black. So I think it would be easy to numérisé, it would be definite enough to be on computer afterwards.
Well,
Would it be?
come up with any image that you can. You don't have to draw a whole big elaborate thing. If you got one little image of, say, a bunny rabbit, any one of you, put that image in there. Any of these images that we can use that adds to the story, as long as it's in, everybody knows the basic storyline here. As long as you know that it fits into that storyline. So any image you can come up with, and if it is, say you got just one image, then I'm pretty sure that one image can be manipulated to what the platform that Angel's got to have at least other limited movement in it.
All right.
Yeah. So anybody, dialogue, text, imaging, drawings, anything you got, put it all forward there and we'll see what we come up with. This will be a creative whatever between all of us. See what we squeeze out of us.
Right.
And just as logistical technicality for the Dropbox paper, if anybody wants to draw something, just to mark on the line that you're gonna draw, being drawn by Elsa. So, we don't repeat, and well, it could be even repeatable because we could see different stuff, but I mean, at least we are gonna know who is working on what.
All right.
Okay.
And before going too far, Elsa, just do a test for us to test it if it works. Because if you do a whole drawing, which is really beautiful, and we cannot use it, it will be time lost.
But anyways, it won't be soon because I don't have a numerizer machine to put the drawings that I do on paper and then put in the computer. So I would need to find one in the building. Somebody who would lend it to me.
Okay. There's nothing else we can close, right?
Yeah.
So just for me to, so I keep the tool, we keep the tool?
Yeah, what was the basic price of that?
I will just, because I had a few add-ons to add to just be able to have the whole bank. So I will go through the bank of image. If ever I see something that fit with the story, that would be my contribution. And then I will just, because it was in US dollars, so I will send you the price. So whenever people can, they contribute, and when it's paid, it's paid. If it's paid in a year, it's paid in a year. It's okay, but because we know we will use it for other stuff. So
what's the price roughly?
it cost me maybe I said around 300 to 400 total, because we can add the buttons to click and stuff like that too, and at the end or during, or there's stuff that we can do other than there's the add-ons that were interesting to add regarding what I know we can do with promotion and for example funding and stuff like that in other videos we want to do. So it was
Okay.
around, I will have to go to see on my statement because I didn't saw the last result. It was in like different modules.
I could commit to covering 100 on that. So
Okay.
as we go on, we'll be able to cover that like within over a couple of months anyways.
Yeah, so as I said, if we pay it in 1 year, I will manage to advance the money.
Okay, then who's gonna do the closing?
You.
Oh, okay, then it's gonna be short and sweet. Just to give thanks to the fact that as you hear all of us, we're talking about something that to all of us, it seems kind of uncertain, that we're on an uncertain ground right now. But we know that the path that where we're going, we know what the intent is, and we know that the end result is clear in our mind. But right now, the steps of how to get there may not be clear, or it may just be that it's takes some time to get this thing up and running, to get it moving. And so for us to keep this in our minds, that not to have any kind of what's the word here, discouragement, not to be discouraged by it may look like there's no movement or it's very small movement. When you have a bunch of people working on a project, especially one that is going to be so condensed, there is a lot of things in everybody's minds that has to come together, that we have to like edit out. So the whole process, everything about it is going to seem like it is like as if it's slow, like we're not getting anywhere, or it's yeah, just slow like that. But we are moving fast. When you consider just how the interaction that we've had over the past month and a half, it's moving very fast. We're going to have something that nobody else is going to have prior to the releasing of this BAP, this study, or whatever the hell they call it. And that is going to set a precedent, not only for us here, but it may be something that we will already have as a template to be able to get up and running, maybe up where Desiree and Harold are, or maybe where Grace is, or where somebody else is. So really what we're doing, it may seem like for so many people, like we're dragging our asses or it's moving too slow. No, because this will be the template for many people in many places. So it is really moving fast. It's coming together in a good way, because we know that the message and the purpose is a good thing, that for this, we have to make sure that anything abrasive is smoothed out. And so it's a very good process, a very good way that when we don't know really what the issue is or what to do, it's a good way for the people's minds just to come together and ease our thoughts together. And out of that, we'll massage the proper thing that we all want, the thing that will be the most beneficial to the purpose and the task at hand. And so we give thanks to our ancestors that we're able to come together in this way, that our minds are able to focus, even when it seems like there's things that not to focus on. So very good. We'll all be looking forward to the, what'd you call it? The Dropbox? To the communication on the Dropbox. From there, like was said, by next Tuesday, we'll have email interaction to be looking at when's the next time. We will know by next Tuesday what the storyline that's there. We will know at what stage we're at, if we need more time or if we can meet immediately. So everybody knows what the agenda is now, what how it's going to work. So nyawagoa to everybody. Merci beaucoup. Muchas gracias. Everybody keep their minds focused. This is what we got to do. Nyawagoa. Ona.
Anna. Love you all.